Welcome to another grammar lesson. Today we will be talking about tag questions. Um, what is a tag question? Well, it is a short question added to a statement. And you know the formula. It includes a pronoun and its matching form of to be or auxiliary. In this example I have here, we have a sentence with the use in which we have used to be. You say a statement, you are tired, aren't you? You see, we make sure that we are using the form of the verb that is originally used in the main statement. We have to be, and we use not plus the pronoun that matches that form of to be. If the tag question is negative, we shorten the phrase or use a contraction with the auxiliary verb. We have this situation. I was visiting a friend and saw a photo on the wall. I said, "That's a picture of your grandson, isn't it?" You see, if we identify the verb there is, and when we construct the tag question, we use the form of this plus not and the corresponding pronoun, which is it. The purpose, there are many purposes, but this is one of them. We want to confirm that something is true, so we may know something, and we want to make sure that that is true. And let us imagine I have a friend who has a cousin named Lucy, but I'm not sure if Lucy is the cousin of my friend. And then I said, Lucy is your cousin, isn't she? See? When to use them? Well, English speakers use tag questions to encourage a listener to respond, and you will often hear teachers using tag questions. You remember the use of tag questions, don't you? Again, look at the structure of the tag question. You have the corresponding auxiliary that in this case, since we are using a verb in the simple present tense, the corresponding auxiliary is do, and plus the particle not, and the subject that matches this auxiliary, which corresponds to the subject in the statement that we originally had. Some pragmatic uses of tag questions. Well, some researchers suggest that men use tag question more often than women. And this is done because sometimes men want to show power or want to let others know who has the power, who has the control of something, of the conversation. But sometimes they use it for agreement or just to get information as the most common use of tag questions. Other researchers suggest that certain kind of tag questions are used by women with the purpose of making the conversation run more smoothly. If a woman says that somebody's stuck with an idea, so this person will start using a lot of tag questions. And this reminds me of some legal processes, and a prosecutor asking for questions to anybody that is being accused of having committed a crime. So this is a subtle way to get information out of this person. Well, positive statements with negative tags. We have statements with to be, and we make a positive statement with to be. We construct the tag question with the form of to be combined with not in the pronoun. Again, the verb has to match the number and person for the pronoun. You are the course instructor, aren't you? I am expected to be enrolled in this course, aren't I? Huh, look, the form of we have aren't I. In the original statement, we have Well, let me tell you that when we construct tag questions, in the corresponding form for I am is aren't I. This is how the language works. There's no an explanation about it. It is just that they use aren't I, and you don't say am I not I, or am I not? So you don't do that. You say, aren't I? Um, yeah, sometimes we don't use to be. Sometimes we use other verbs. And you see, if the statement uses another verb than to be, that type of question uses the auxiliary verb of that uh, verb in the tense that the statement suggests. We have this first example. She lives in my neighborhood. Doesn't she? These four other examples, I borrowed them from a song, so they may sound a little bit weird to you, but this is just to exemplify the use of tag questions. The song says, there's a part in the song that goes, you need a little room for your big head, don't you? Your face has been looking like that for hours, hasn't it? You had a little time and you had a little fun, didn't you? You will need a little space for 1,000 beds, won't you? If you are interested in the song, I may add it in the platform. So again, you use the form, the verb form that corresponds to the original statement. Statements in the negative form. When you have a positive question, you want to confirm that what you are thinking is true, and you expect something negative. But not all the time. So let us analyze this sentence. You don't eat all that cake, do you? So you see, you have the negative statement, and then you construct the tag question, but in a positive form. Okay, and it says, the theory says that you expect a negative answer. But what about if the person actually eats all that cake? So you see, you don't eat all that cake, do you? Imagine if you respond, of course I eat it. And you see, this is what the theory says, but when people use the language, something else may happen. However, you have to be aware that the grammatical form, the formal format of this type of statements have to be intent that you're looking for a negative answer, but not all the time. Changes in intonation. Well, the author of Understanding and Using English Grammar suggests that intonation pitch shows purpose of the tag question. So there are two purposes, whether confirming information or expecting agreement. If you confirm, the tone rises. If you expect agreement, the tone will fall. Okay? So you say, you are in my class, aren't you? Okay, aren't you? It goes up. The following intonation, it is a nice day, isn't it? So you see, isn't it? You expect the other person to agree. And, these are the pragmatic uses of tag questions. I suggest you that you may construct more tag questions and try to practice falling intonation and rising intonation. Okay. We have special cases of tag questions. We have with imperatives. And imperatives do not have an auxiliary verb. In this case, we use either could, will, or would. Okay. And remember the levels of confidence when we use these models. Which one is more direct, is more straight, the one that you would use with your friends? Yes, is will. So watch out when you're going to use that form or that model in a sentence when you have an imperative. Imagine you are with a friend. This person has been your friend for years and you know each other and you feel like you are a family. And this person is showing some rudeness. You tell the person, be gentle. Will you? So you see, you use will because that's more straight. But if there's somebody in the class that you are not so familiar, that you haven't met for a while, but this person is still being annoying, making noise, or just treating people unkindly, you would say, be gentle, would you? Or be patient. Some people are just get impatient easily, and you are trying to calm down the situation. You might come up with a statement with, be patient, would you? Turn down the volume, will you? So you see, it depends. Remember the level of confidence or the level of familiarity you have with these persons. Yeah, there are double positives, and these double positives are used to show surprise, concern, or other types of emotions. Um, there's a conversation between two friends, and one of them says, I am getting married this coming December. And you show surprise, like, you are getting married this coming December. Are you? See, both of them are in the positive level, but you are showing an emotion. You are getting married this coming December. Are you? You see? So it's a surprise. Um, so this is what I have about tag questions. If you have questions, we're gonna meet in our next video conference. Thank you for watching me.